Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Roth IRA conversions.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people are considering right now.
Absolutely.
So we're going to try and unpack some of the details and figure out, if it's right for you, and if so, how you might want to approach it. We're looking at a really great article from Barron's today. So, Barron's is really well known for their in-depth financial analysis, and they really get into some of the nuances here.
Yes.
So the big question that we're trying to answer is now the right time to do a Roth conversion?
And, a lot of folks are asking this question. They're seeing, maybe some of the benefits of a Roth, but they're also a little bit hesitant because of the tax implications.
Yeah, that upfront tax bill can be a little scary.
Yeah, it definitely can be a hurdle for some people.
But this article makes a pretty compelling case that right now, with the current tax landscape, it might actually be the perfect time to make the move.
It's counterintuitive, right? Like you said, you're paying taxes up front, but the idea is that you're going to reap the benefits later on.
Exactly. And that's what we want to explore. Does it actually make sense to pay those taxes now in exchange for potentially tax-free withdrawals in retirement?
And for a lot of people, it really does.
Yeah. So to kick things off, they quote Ed Slott.
Oh, yeah. Ed Slott's a great resource.
He's a CPA, and he really specializes in IRAs.
He's like the IRA guru.
He's fantastic. And his quote is that people should not stick their heads in the sand regarding Roth conversions.
Yeah, especially in today's low tax environment.
Exactly. Right now we have historically low tax rates.
And that's what makes Roth conversions so attractive at this moment.
So can you kind of explain the basic mechanics of a Roth conversion? Like, how does it actually work?
Sure. So essentially, you're taking assets from your traditional IRA and you're converting them to a Roth IRA.
Okay.
Now, when you do that, you have to pay taxes on the amount that you convert.
Right. That's that upfront tax bill we were talking about.
Exactly. But once those assets are in the Roth IRA, they grow tax-free. And when you withdraw them in retirement, those withdrawals are also tax-free.
And there are no R&Ds, right?
That's another huge benefit of a Roth. You don't have to take those required minimum distributions like you do with a traditional IRA.
So for people who aren't familiar with RMDs, can you quickly explain what those are?
Sure. So an RMD is basically a certain amount of money that you're required to withdraw from your traditional IRA each year once you reach a certain age.
It's 72 now.
Exactly. And if you don't take out the required amount, you face some pretty hefty penalties.
So with a Roth, you have more flexibility and control over your money.
Absolutely. And that's something that's really appealing to a lot of retirees. They want to be able to decide when and how they access their savings.
So we've talked about the tax benefits and the no RMDs. Are there any other advantages to a Roth IRA?
There sure are. One of the big ones is that your heirs can inherit the Roth IRA tax-free.
Oh, wow. That's a huge benefit.
Yeah, it can be a really powerful estate planning tool.
So this is all starting to sound pretty good. But I know there were some downsides to Roth conversions too, right?
Well, the biggest downside, as we mentioned earlier, is that upfront tax bill.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And if you're not careful, it can really eat into your savings.
So how do you know if you can afford to do a Roth conversion?
That's where it's really important to work with a financial advisor.
Yeah, someone who can look at your overall financial situation and make sure that a Roth conversion makes sense for you.
Exactly. They can help you figure out if you have enough cash on hand to cover the taxes without having to tap into your retirement funds.
Because you don't want to end up depleting your savings just to pay the taxes.
That's right. It's got to be a strategic move, not a desperate one.
Okay, so the upfront taxes are one potential downside. Are there any other situations where a Roth conversion might not be the best choice?
Well, another thing to consider is your future tax bracket.
If you think you'll be in a lower tax bracket in retirement than you are now, then converting might not make sense.
That's right. You'd end up paying more in taxes now without getting the full benefit later on.
It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're minimizing your overall tax burden.
And that can be tricky because it involves predicting the future.
Right. Who knows what tax rates are going to be like 10 or 20 years from now.
And that's another reason why it's so important to have a good financial advisor on your side.
Someone who can help you navigate those uncertainties and make informed decisions.
Exactly.
So it sounds like there's a lot to consider when it comes to Roth conversions.
There definitely is. It's not a decision to be taken lightly.
But the potential benefits are significant.
Absolutely. The possibility of tax-free growth and withdrawals in retirement is very appealing to a lot of people.
Especially with the current low tax environment.
Exactly.
So we've laid out some of the basics of Roth conversions. but there's still a lot more to discuss.
Lots of nuances to explore.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to delve a little deeper into this fascinating topic.
Sounds good. You know, one thing that really stands out to me from this Barron's article is that it's not just about the numbers.
Right. It's not just about crunching numbers and figuring out the tax implications.
Exactly. It's about understanding your individual goals, your risk tolerance, and your overall financial picture.
And that's where working with an experienced financial advisor can be so valuable.
Absolutely. Someone who can help you see the bigger picture and make decisions that align with your long-term objectives.
Like John White from Financial Guidepost.
Precisely. John's expertise in this area is really unparalleled. He has a knack for breaking down complex financial concepts and making them easy to understand.
And he really takes the time to get to know his clients.
He does. He listens carefully to their concerns, their aspirations, their dreams for the future.
And then he helps them develop a personalized plan that takes all of those things into account.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
So it sounds like he's the perfect person to talk to if you're considering a Roth conversion.
Absolutely. He can help you weigh the pros and cons and determine if it's the right move for you.
And even if you're not sure if a Roth conversion is right for you, he can still provide valuable guidance on your overall retirement planning strategy.
Exactly. He can help you look at all of your options and make sure you're on track to meet your financial goals.
So how does someone go about getting in touch with John White?
Well, the best way is to visit the Financial Guidepost's website and schedule a consultation.
And during that consultation, what can people expect?
John will take the time to get to know you and your financial situation. He'll ask questions about your goals, your risk tolerance, your time horizon.
And then he'll use that information to develop a customized plan that addresses your specific needs.
Exactly. And he'll explain everything in clear and concise language so you can feel confident about the decisions you're making.
It sounds like a really valuable service.
It is, and it's something that everyone should consider, whether they're just starting out on their retirement planning journey or they're already well on their way.
Because even if you think you have a good handle on your finances, there's always something new to learn.
Absolutely. The financial landscape is constantly changing, and it's important to stay informed and adapt your strategy accordingly.
And that's where having a trusted advisor like John White can really make a difference.
It can. It's like having a financial coach in your corner, someone who's always looking out for your best interests.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the complexities of retirement planning, don't hesitate to reach out to John White.
He can help you simplify things and create a plan that gives you peace of mind.
It's about taking control of your financial future and making sure you're prepared for whatever comes your way.
Exactly. It's about creating a sense of security and confidence so you can enjoy your retirement years to the fullest.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. Financial freedom and peace of mind. That's the ultimate goal.
So we've talked a lot about the benefits of working with a financial advisor like John White, but this Barron's article also provides some really helpful insights into the specifics of Roth conversions.
It does. It goes into detail about the tax implications, the timing considerations, and some of the potential pitfalls to avoid.
So let's dive back into the article and explore some of those key takeaways.
Sounds good to me.
One of the things that the article emphasizes is the importance of timing when it comes to Roth conversions.
Right. It's not just about whether or not to convert, but when to convert.
Exactly. And there are certain times when it might be more advantageous to make the move.
Like when your income is lower, for example.
Yeah, the article mentions that converting during a year when your income is lower can significantly reduce your tax liability.
And that can make a big difference in the long run.
So if you're planning to retire soon, or you're expecting a drop in income for any other reason, that might be a good time to consider a Roth conversion.
It's all about being strategic and taking advantage of opportunities to minimize your tax burden.
The article also suggests considering a Roth conversion when your IRA investments have dipped in value.
Ah, yes, the buy low, sell high principle applied to Roth conversions.
Exactly when your investments are down, you can convert them at a lower cost basis, which can save you money on taxes in the future.
It's a smart way to take advantage of market fluctuations.
But of course, you have to be careful not to try and time the market perfectly.
That's right. Nobody can predict the future with certainty.
So it's important to work with a financial advisor who can help you assess your individual situation and make informed decisions based on your specific circumstances.
And someone who can help you stay the course even when the market gets volatile.
So timing is crucial. But there's another big factor to consider when it comes to Roth conversions, and that's future tax policy.
Ah, yes, the ever-changing landscape of tax laws.
The article quotes Garrett Watson, Director of Policy Analysis at the Tax Foundation.
The Tax Foundation, that's a great resource for tax-related information.
And Watson predicts a likely combination of spending cuts and tax increases in the future due to the gap between spending and government revenue.
That's a concern that a lot of people have.
If tax rates go up in the future, will a Roth conversion still make sense?
Well, that's a question that only John White can answer for your specific situation.
But it's definitely something to think about.
Absolutely. You want to make sure that you're making decisions that are beneficial both in the short term and the long term.
And that's why it's so important to have a financial plan that's flexible and adaptable.
Exactly. You want to be able to adjust your strategy as needed to account for changes in the economy and tax policy and in your own personal circumstances.
So if you're feeling uncertain about the future of tax rates, or you're just not sure how to navigate the complexities of retirement planning, don't hesitate to reach out to John White.
He can help you develop a plan that's tailored to your specific needs and goals, and that can weather any storm.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about peace of mind.
Absolutely. Knowing that your finances are in good hands and that you're on track to achieve your retirement dreams.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about the benefits of Roth conversions, the potential downsides, the importance of timing, and the impact of future tax policy.
It's been a really insightful discussion.
But before we wrap things up, I want to touch on one more important aspect of Roth conversions, and that's how they fit into a broader financial plan. So we've talked a lot about the mechanics of a Roth conversion and the factors to consider, but I think it's important to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
How does this all fit into a comprehensive financial plan?
That's a great question, and it's something that John White really excels at helping people with.
Right, he's not just focused on one specific strategy.
No, he takes a holistic approach, looking at all aspects of your financial life.
Your income, your expenses, your investments, your taxes, your estate plan.
It's all interconnected.
And he helps you develop a strategy that takes all of those things into account.
A strategy that's tailored to your unique needs and goals.
Because everyone's situation is different.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to financial planning.
And that's what I really appreciate about John White's philosophy.
He gets that.
It's about understanding your individual circumstances and developing a plan that's right for you.
And he's not just giving you a plan and then sending you on your way.
Right. He's there with you every step of the way.
Providing guidance and support, making adjustments as needed.
Because life is unpredictable.
Things change.
Your income might fluctuate. Your expenses might go up. Your goals might evolve.
And your financial plan needs to be flexible enough to accommodate those changes.
And that's what John White helps you create a plan that can adapt to whatever life throws your way.
A plan that gives you peace of mind.
Knowing that you're prepared for anything.
That's the ultimate goal, isn't it?
It is financial security and peace of mind.
The freedom to live your life on your own terms without worrying about money.
And that's something that everyone deserves.
I couldn't agree more.
So if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed by the complexities of financial planning,
don't hesitate to reach out to John White.
He can help you create a roadmap to a brighter financial future.
A future where you can achieve your dreams and live a life filled with purpose and meaning.
Well said. Well, this has been a really insightful deep dive into Roth IRA conversions.
It has.
We've learned a lot about the mechanics, the benefits, the risks, and the importance of working with a trusted financial advisor.
Someone like John White.
Exactly. And we hope this information has been helpful for you as you consider whether or not a Roth conversion is right for you.
And if you're ready to take the next step,
we encourage you to reach out to John White at Financial Guideposts.
He's a true expert in this field.
And he can help you make informed decisions that align with your long-term financial goals.
So don't wait. Take control of your financial future today.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep striving for financial well-being.